This is the 5th generation Astra and it's a key model for Opel. Despite their best efforts, the Astra has always been a contender, but it's never been quite class leading. So have Opel finally transformed it into something that can take serious sales away from the likes of the Volkswagen Golf and the Ford Focus?
The Opel Astra has been carefully crafted to give it a dynamic presence on the road. Everything from the sculptured lines to the wider yet slimmer rear lights combine to make it look far more athletic. It is also lighter and smaller than its predecessor, yet inside its cabin it's actually bigger. The new car is 49mm shorter and 26mm lower. Inside, the improvements are instantly noticeable. The sophisticated layout is much less cluttered than before and the controls are far more intuitive to use. Much of this is due to the new 7-inch or 8-inch, depending on spec, touchscreen that controls a host of key functions and is a huge improvement over the car's old system. The boot at 370 litres almost matches the 380 litres you'll find in Volkswagen's Golf and far exceeds the 316 offered in the Ford Focus, but the load lip is high and it's not very well shaped. Now, Opel have taken 200 kilos off the weight of the previous Opel Astra and it makes a huge difference when you're driving it. It's much sharper to drive, it's smooth, it's controlled and it's every bit as good as rivals. In terms of engines, there's a good range of petrol and diesel to choose from. Now, what's in this is the 1 litre, the 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, and it's an engine that has been tried and tested before in the likes of the Corsa and the Opel Adam, and it works really well on those. Surprisingly, though, it works just as well on this. It's punchy, it's very refined, and you don't have to work the gears considerably to get the best out of it, which is something that's usually a feature of these small engines. Now, if you're a low mileage user, then the petrols are great, but if you're not and you need a diesel, then the 1.6 110 bhp is the one to go for. According to Opel, it will return just over 78 miles per gallon, or 3.6 litres per 100. Also, CO2 emissions are low at just 95, so you're paying the lowest band of tax that you can. The Astra is available in 4 trim levels, S, SC, SRI and Elite, and all are very well spec'd. Priced at $19,995, the entry-level trim includes Bluetooth, audio streaming, hill start assist and LED daytime running lights. Trade up to the SC trim for $21,495 to add interlink with 7-inch coloured touchscreen, steering wheel mounted controls and 16-inch alloys. The SRI trim on our test car starts at $24,495. This includes the OnStar system, automatic lights and wipers, an 8-inch touchscreen, sports front seats, lane departure warning, traffic sight recognition, front fog lights and 17-inch alloys. The new Astra is also crammed with safety features, and one of the most interesting is this, the OnStar. It's literally just a button up here. And what it is it's almost like a concierge system, so if you had a flat tire you can just press the button, speak to somebody and they will send you assistance. But more importantly, if you had a crash and your airbag deploys, they will actually get in touch with the emergency services and they will be able to relay information such as where you crashed and the force in which you crashed. They'll be able to work out the speed from there. So it's got huge implications in terms of safety. Another thing is they have these new LED intelligent lighting, and basically what this means is at night you can use your full beams and they will just adjust accordingly when the car is coming, so you don't have to worry about dimming them or blinding the person in front of you. Now, this is a feature that's not new, but it is new to this segment. It's seen on much more expensive cars, so it's a first for the C segment. Okay, so the downsides to this car, and there's always a downside to the car. There's 2 things in this. First, the visibility in the back is quite bad. There's parking sensors on this car, but even so, when you're reversing, it's not the easiest rear window to see out of. But the second and more important thing is the fuel consumption. Now, according to Opel, you will get 4.4 litres or over 64 miles per gallon with this 1 litre turbocharged petrol. I have found it considerably more thirsty than that, and I would reckon at this stage it gives about 50 miles to the gallon, if even that. So that's a disappointment. So definitely, if you're a high mileage user, the diesels are the one to go for.
The Opel Astra is without doubt a far better car than before, and even though it faces stiff competition from a host of rivals such as the Volkswagen Golf, the Ford Focus, the Peugeot 308, the Mazda 3, there's a host of them, it still manages to hold its own. Its good looks will make it stand out from the crowd, but it's the cutting edge technology and the driving dynamics that will really win buyers. Geraldine Herbert for Independent.ie.